Now, a common theme I see among many traders, especially newer traders, is they think that every day is a trading day. Now, let me explain. There's going to be some days where we're going to have proper expansion, and there's going to be other days where we're just consolidated. And believe it or not, there's ways to figure that out so that you guys can avoid those poor days and perform well on the much better days. So let's get straight into it. Now, something that I see too many people have is they just have this like syndrome to not want to change. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but it's that they don't look at the markets from an outside perspective and see how they can do better. And they simply continue to just make the same mistakes. Now, something that I'm going to show you guys is if we look down on Friday, we had quite a bit of consolidation. And I'm going to tell you right now, you could have figured that out beforehand. So you can see that on the 15-minute, we have these constant wicks right here. And prior to that AM open, we're going to have not a lot of fair value gaps. So what's that going to tell us? Well, it's going to tell us that it might be a search and destroy day. We might not have a lot of volatility in the market. Now, this day was a little bit different. We had a ton of volatility, but it wasn't going anywhere, right? Any trade that you're going to take is going to probably going to be a loss. So, what's the point of even trading in this? Some people have this big ego where it's like, oh, like, why not just take a trade? Or I saw that work out. Why is it not going to work out here? Well, because sometimes the market is just not going to give you a proper setup. And to tell you the truth, the best traders in the world are not trading every single day. They're being very selective with their trades. And if you could get over that hump of your ego, then you could do great things. So, what's the difference between this day and the day prior? So, something you'll notice is yes, we're slightly sideways, but we have some fair value gaps in here. We're stair stepping, and this is immediately going to give us a bias to stick to, which is obviously to be bearish. Respecting all signals of bearishness right here. Now, a very good setup is this 15-minute coming into a breaker block right here. We tag it, immediately respect it. Let's go on the lower time frame. Um, Looks like the 1 minute right at open wicked out some of these highs. One thing that we could have done right here is, yeah, there's a chance that you don't get in because that's that AM open, and not a lot of people trade the AM open. Well, we have a lot more targets down here, and we have more continuation, right? What's the next setup? So let's just say we're waiting, and let's just say we only trade inversions. This is a perfect inversion right here, where once we close, stop above this high, and we just hold it for however long, right? But where I see a lot of people make a mistake is sometimes you're gonna have these moments where you don't catch anything. There's this huge 1, 2, 300 point move, and you didn't catch any of it, right? But so many people think, oh, like, let me keep trading, let me find another setup. When sometimes the best course of action, if you had not taken this second trade right here, this inversion, then you probably shouldn't have taken any trade, right? Because what if I start trying to find a setup in here and I get chopped up, or the probability for it to continue running lower, especially once you start hitting bigger targets, like if we're trying to go at short right here, then it's just not high probability setups. So at that point, you might as well step away and wait for the next day. Because you'll see every single week there's going to be setups. And just because you miss that one day, it's not going to absolutely wreck you, right? Even this day, pretty consolidated. I say you could tell within the first like 10 minutes of the open that we're going to be in a search and destroy mode. Now on the other hand, over here, um, And let's scroll back. Because Asia session had expanded quite a bit, yes, we have a little bit of consolidation right here, but it's very obvious that we're gonna run. Already did a breakdown on this trade. Could have taken this inversion. We had some lower time frame fair value gaps, but ultimately is very obvious conditions. And so if you could eliminate those days where you're just wasting capital, then you could make however much you want, honestly. And I just wanted to come on here because I see so many people in the comment section when I'm in the live streams, and people can say whatever they want. No matter how well you do, people are always going to talk. But everybody thinks, oh, where's the next setup? Where's the next setup? Like sometimes there isn't that next setup, or I take a win and, they're like, oh, Chris, are you going to find another trade? Like, no, you guys clearly know my rules. I'm only taking usually one trade per day if it's a win, and at most two losses, right? Because that's going to minimize my overall risk. But on top of it, if you're trying to take another win after that first win, your ego's high, you're praising your system, and you're just not as focused. So if you come in every single day with a blank slate, just trying to kill it, then you guys will perform well. But I hope you guys learned something. A really short video, kind of more psychological. Hopefully, you guys get over your ego and you start focusing on those high probability setups so that you could build. You guys need to build. It's not just about taking more trades, having more win rate, having more RR. Like, no, build your account size. Get 5 funded accounts, get 20 funded accounts like me, and you'll be fine. You don't have to be the best trader in the world. You just have to be good enough. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Thank you.